Welcome back to Nath SuperCoach for 2024. In this video, we're going to look at my pre-round 0 team. Okay, so this is the team that I'm fairly confident I'm going to take into round 1, barring any major changes in round 0 or any of the community games in the next couple of weeks, next week, week and a half-ish. Alright, so this is recorded on the Sunday night, so there's only been 1 week of kind of intra-clubs, match simulation, that kind of thing. So we still don't have all the puzzle pieces together yet and all the data, but at this stage, this is what I'm looking at for my round 0 team. Alright, let's have a look. So in the defence, Nick Dacos, Tommy Stewart and Harry Sheasel. 1, 2, 3. Pretty comfortable there. If you saw my top 8 defenders video, you'll know that those 3 were in my top 8. So I've got 3 of the 8 already by starting them. And I think in terms of each line, I'm fairly sure I've got 3 keepers there. Dacos and Stewart especially. Sheasel, I think he will. So I've got 3 keepers already. And then I've gone with Gibcus, Reid and Caulfield. And then there's Marty Hoare and Toby Pink on the bench. Now, in terms of the rookies, look, they are placeholders. Let's be honest about it. We're the 24th or 25th of Feb when this is recorded. So round 1 doesn't start till the 14th of March, as you can see on the side there. So, you know, we have a bit of time left, but not much. So if there's any rookies that are going to pop up, it'll be in the next week. So these are the rookies that I can see that have been spoken about, that have played in the intra-clubs, that have, you know, really pushed for selection or really put their hand up for selection, as all the journos say. So yeah, Gibcus from Richmond, Zach Reid and Caulfield. I think Caulfield is certainly a lock. He will get round 1, definitely. I think Gibcus will too. Just the role, not sure, but at this stage we kind of want warm bodies on the park. That's the main thing. So Zach Reid, I went to the Bombers St Kilda practice game on Friday. He looked pretty good, only played a half. But having said that, if they play a full game with him on Friday, this coming Friday against Geelong, I think we can safely say he'll be in the side. He looked pretty good in the back line alongside Ben Mackay as the 2 kind of lockdowns. And at 123,000, even if he averages 50, 60, it's still enough to get his cash generation going. Then we can upgrade him to a discount pick or upgrade him to a full keeper in the defence. So in terms of the midfield now, again, I can't go past Bontempelli. I know he's 724,000. He's a reliable captain option each week. He's the superstar of the game, SuperCoach love child. He has the golden ticket. You know, if you don't have Bontempelli, it is the most stressful thing watching Bulldogs games, because you just look at the scores and you think, oh, he's on 60 at quarter time. Right? You think, I've got to get this bloke in, got to get him in. And it'll be an absolute nightmare trying to bring him in the middle of the season, I would think. Yes, he's probably going to drop some money. I don't know how much. I don't think it'll be a lot. You could probably get him for 660 maybe. Or you could just start him at the start and then just relieve yourself of that headache. So that's what I've decided to do. I think he's a very good captain option week in, week out. As I said before, the Bulldogs want the ball in his hands. If the game's to be won, which is when the SuperCoach scores are weighted heavier to the side that wins, but also to the side that does things. If Bont kicks a goal late in the game and wins the game for the Bulldogs, of course, Magnets Bevo is going to put him in the middle. I would have thought if the game's on the line, you want the ball in his hands. So I think it's a bit of a no-brainer. Only downside is the price, but you know, I think I wouldn't pay $7.24 for anyone else, so I think Bont's the only exception to that rule for the reasons I said before. So he's definitely locked in. I've gone with Petrarca, I've gone for Zach Butters, Tuke Miller, and Carl Amon as a bit of a pod. Then I've gone Wardlaw, McKercher, and Riley Sanders. So I think the Colonel, I think Riley Sanders is a definite must-have. McKercher, I think as well, same. Wardlaw, I've picked him more as a bit of a speculative breakout kind of player. You probably don't want too many more North players in there. I've got Sheasel in the back line, so I've got Sheasel, Wardlaw and McKercher to get my points. So I probably wouldn't get any more North players. In terms of Amon, the reason why I've gone Amon is because of the carnage that's happening at Hawthorn with the back 6 at the moment. He is definitely going to have some sort of a mid-defence role somewhere. There's been talk about that. So I think at 483 he's a good one to have as a bit of a speculative pick as well. Worst case, you trade him if he's no good. But if he is good, you could pop him up here where Gibcus, Reid or Caulfield. He could take that sort of role due to that dual position status, which frees up another spot in your midfield if you're going to upgrade. So that's the potential move. Could be after round 6 you trade out someone who's made you a bit of money, you move Amon into the defence, which frees up a spot in your midfield. You can then upgrade to a Steele or a Walsh if he's fit, or whoever. Rucks, again, pretty straightforward. Let's go back to the rookies, sorry. Hustwaite looked pretty good on the weekend. Sharp, didn't see too much of him, but didn't see too many reports rather. But again, just a placeholder. He's looked pretty good in the preseason. And Sean Manor, same thing. If he plays against the Bombers on Friday, I'll be keeping an eye on him. So those three could definitely change. That could be anyone in that combination. Gawn and Grundy, again, set and forget. I think they're the two best rucks this year, both on scoring output, potential scoring output, but also price. I can't justify starting English at 715 or 16 or whatever he is. Not with an interrupted pre-season where you can pay for Max Gawn. He's the number one ruck at Melbourne. No one's going to take his points. Same with Grundy, 481,000, arguably underpriced. He's got everything he wants now. He's up in Sydney, number one ruckman. So I think both of them will be really good rucks this year. Set and forget, don't have to worry about them. It's two less headaches you have to deal with during the year, fingers crossed. Now the forwards. All right, so I'll talk about Fyfe in a sec. But I think I'll back Jack Macrae in, SuperCoach royalty. He's been doing it for years. Mid eligibility as well. That really helps us this year. Flanders, same thing, looked pretty good on the weekend. Harley Reid, not too worried about his output. It was only a practice game. He did some nice things. Did come off with cramp, so fingers crossed it's nothing more. Finn Macrae looked good. Sexton looked great for the Suns as well. Cadman and McInnes looked pretty good in their respective practice games as well. We've only got 1 week of data really to go off. So next week, I think next weekend is going to be a telltale sign for some of these guys. I may even have to put out a I was wrong video next week when my side's completely changed with all this new data from next week's games. But I don't think it's going to change much. I think the rookies will probably change more than anything. I'm pretty much sold on the rest of the guys. So Nat Fyfe. All right, so looked pretty good on the weekend. A real pros-cons situation. The pros of Nat Fyfe. Jill Brownlow medalist. He's done it before. Scored in the role. Fantastic footballer when he's on. Quite friendly for the SuperCoach when he does the right things, which is what he looked to do on the weekend. He's mid-forward, so there's flexibility there for our lines, which are pretty exciting. The cons, obviously, his injuries are all over the place. He's had injuries galore. Apparently there was a press conference, I believe, where Longmuir said this is the first year in 3 or 4 years, I think it was, that he's actually put in a full pre-season. So I think that's a case of we could trust him. Because it's happened to me 3-4 years now of, right, I'll pick Nat Fyfe, he's discounted. We all know what he can do, he's a fantastic player. And then it's like, he's injured for a week. I think I'll hold him. Turns out to be a 3-week injury, and you've missed a great rookie on the bubble. So you've missed the cash generation of a really good rookie that you could use to then upgrade your team quicker by holding Nat Fyfe on the bench, thinking he's going to come back. So it is a risk taking him, not going to lie. Will I take him into my round one side? Not sure. I'll wait to see one more game. I think on the laws of probability, I probably will, because we don't have much up forward this year. I think that's the only thing saving him at the moment. That, and he has done it before. He's another year older. Calf injuries and ankles and old man injuries, as we say, don't heal as quickly the older you are. But if anyone can do it, it's probably Fyfe again. But overall, though, I'm pretty happy with the side in terms of upgrades to get my side to full premium. I've got three of my 6 defenders. I've only got 3 defensive spots to upgrade, essentially. Carl Amon could be the 4th, so that will only leave 2, which will leave either 3 to 4 in the midfield to upgrade, which is pretty stock standard. Gordon Grundy there, pretty much good to go, fingers crossed. And I think Macrae and Flanders will be in the top 6. Not sure about Fyfe, so I've got 4 forward line players to upgrade as well. So not too bad. Not too bad. I think it's a good balance between guns, rookies, and a couple of speculative with Wardlaw and Amon and Fyfe. It could completely backfire on me, but we'll see how we go. Alright, so we have 17 days, 23 hours, 46 minutes, and 3 seconds, specifically until round 1. That's how my side looks. Let me know in the comment section below if you think I missed anyone, or if you want to leave a comment, please do. There's more content coming out. I have hopefully going to do a Q&A video soon, so if you've got any questions, please let me know in the comment section what you'd like me to answer for you. I can make a short video with some common questions and answers. And also going to do a rookies video as well, probably after next weekend when we've had a bit more data and we can see which rookies are actually popping their heads up to say, hey, pick me as must-haves. Because at the moment I can really only see one or two must-haves, and that would be, for me, that would be Caulfield, Sanders, McKercher, and probably Sexton as a must-have. Can't see too many more must-haves, on the probability scale. Sort of extreme must-haves are those three, and then it goes anywhere from you probably don't need to pick them to don't pick them to they could be good, but we need to see a bit more of them. So it's all to be decided, basically. All right, thanks very much for watching. Please let me know in the comment section if there's anything you'd like for the Q&A video, and also what you think of my pre-round 0 team. 17 days to go until the season starts. Plenty of stuff coming. Take care, guys. Talk soon.